Hey, this is David. We got a lot of cool things to talk about, some things that are pretty exciting to me and to the Shepherd School. Hopefully you'll find some of it interesting too. Big thing at the end, so tune into the end of this to hear something pretty cool. So anyway, I'm working on a 52 food preservations project to sort of continue on that Prepper Project book series. Got to be due by September, so I've really been busy working on these projects. So right now the thing that I'm working on most is homemade pectin for making jellies and homemade rennet for people that don't want to use animal rennet. Either they're vegetarians or they're vegans, or maybe they're like me and they live in an urban area and can't raise sheep or goats, right? Because as you know, rennet comes from the skin of a unweaned lamb or unweaned kid, a goat, right? So you can use different plants to make rennet. So what I need, because I don't have it here, is either artichokes or thistles before they go to seed. So before an artichoke actually becomes edible, when it has the purple shoots at the top, the purple flower. If you happen to raise artichokes and you want to let me purchase some from you, I need about half a gallon or so, or the same amount of heads from thistles. Now, if you've got a farm, you probably think of thistles as weeds, so if you call me, I can come down and I can take some of the weeds off your hands before they go to seed. Like I said, I only need half a gallon or so of either artichokes before they make the heads, purple tops, or thistles when they have the purple tops. So if you're within the Middle Tennessee driving area, right, I'll be happy to go and take that off your hands and I'll pay you for it, or we can work something out, right? To make the pectin, I need raw apples, green apples, unripe green apples. So if you've got an orchard, you've got a couple apple trees. Ours haven't started producing yet, so I can't get it here. But need about half a bushel or so, and once again, just like with the thistle, I'd be more than happy to pay you for it. So if you have any of those things, please email me, call me, text me, Facebook, YouTube, something, because I'm sort of in a bind. I have to turn this manuscript in by September, and I'm having a hard time finding the raw materials. Okay? So I'm also on the line of books. I'm also working on some more books, trying to get a little more aggressive with the publisher. So we're looking at making a kids project book, things you can do with your kid. We hadn't really figured on a title yet, but you know, I really love teaching that independence, teaching kids how to think for themselves. And so we're going to do stuff like making penny batteries and, you know, things that you could do with your kids so they realize that prepping isn't scary. It's good common sense, and when done right, it can actually be pretty fun. And then we're doing a prepper chemistry book, which has sort of scared the publisher a little bit because they think it's all pyro, right? And, you know, obviously they're a little leery of that. Now, there is some pyro. We're going to make black powder rockets, smoke grenades, thermite, that sort of stuff. But mostly it's things like lye or soap, you know, things that tend to sort of be forgotten, but things that are essential. You know, how to waterproof things, stuff like that, how to render lard maybe, I don't know. But a formula book that you might keep in your apocalypse tool chest, right? Now with that, there's also a couple things that I want to write that are more in depth than something I can do in a free article on the website, but don't rate a full book. One of them I've actually been working on this weekend, and that's a geodesic dome chicken coop, right? You know, I really like domes, really simple, really inexpensive, but in figuring out how to cover the thing, putting in nesting boxes and roosting boxes, and how to, you know, get the fence to fit in there smooth so predators can't get through, took a lot of work. It's still taking a lot of work, trying to make it pretty, trying to keep it light, trying to keep it inexpensive. So we're thinking about doing an ebook with that. And I'll probably go out and shoot a video to show you what that chicken coop sort of looks like as a prototype. And so we're thinking about doing an ebook of that. We're also thinking about doing an ebook in trip flare designs, right? Say maybe a 410 or a 12 gauge trip device made out of pipe nipples, things you can get, you know, with part numbers that say the local Lowe's. The problem is I'm working on legalities, right? Because as you probably know, making any sort of booby trap gun or making a short barrel shotgun is very highly illegal, right? And so we have to just ensure that we're not doing anything that's breaking federal law before we actually go out and build something. But I'm of the impression that if it can't fire a live round, maybe the pipe nipple's just big enough to hold the brass portion of the shotgun shell so it can't fire ammunition, then it's not a firearm, and then therefore you could use it for maybe blanks or maybe flares or maybe you know, OC spray. But OC might make it anti-personnel. I don't know. Like I said, we're researching it. I've got a good idea. I made some little mock-ups that aren't quite big enough to hold an actual round, just to make sure that the mechanisms work. But I think that's an interesting ebook too. Now, on to the big news, right? I've got something coming up, very exciting, sort of still up in flux, and so I can't really talk about it. The wife won't give me permission to mention it, but let's just say next 9 months, year or so, might be really busy, maybe be a little too busy to shoot video, and you know, last time I got real busy, I was lucky to have a year's worth of stuff put aside. This time, because of the books, I do not. Right, so if in the next couple months my video posting frequency, the article posting frequency goes down, it's because I'm doing something that I can't tell you about, right? But if I get permission to tell you, I most definitely will. And if I can share it, if it does actually happen, what we think is going to happen, post on Facebook talking about it. Love to. I'm really not about secrets, but I did want to warn you ahead of time that it is entirely possible that I won't be doing 5 videos a week. Some of you probably like, yay! But, you know, we might go 1 a week, we might go 3 a month, we might go 2 a month. I really like the 5 a week formula, but it's a lot of work, right? And keeping up good ideas, good research, good quality. As you can see, video and quality is kind of improving a little bit, hopefully. That crazy whizzing sound coming from the ceiling fan and bad cameras should be going away. So anyway, like I said, if you've got thistles, green apples, or artichokes and you want to share, I'll gladly pay. Just let me know where you're at, and if it's within driving distance, I'll gladly come up and get it. I've got a couple new books coming out, a couple good ebooks coming out, and posting video is about to drop. So that's all I got. Hopefully that's interesting to you. As always, I hope that our channel is useful to you. Thank you.